also misery, it's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
You are still in my mind. The truth is so hard to find. With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of, dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. It's my myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. It's my myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
But I just want it.
Deep inside I knew from the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. The others don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and night with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try. Want you to notice the one and I know this. Perfect soulmate, I wanna show it. My best friend, she saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh baby, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. But I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
I just want
Okay.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
Oh baby,
what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. Whoa. I need you to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive. I need you to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive. And this can be the end. I won't just settle for being your friend. Our broken bond is not too late to mend. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. She said, boy, I want you to walk right, so I can give you one more chance. You're only living in your damn head. Without you by my side, I can't survive.
your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain. Oh baby, only you I see. Feels like I'm going insane, and only you can save me. Feels like I'm drowning in ocean's blue. Baby, come on, baby, baby, come on, let's go. I'm losing control, all the lights in the space keep jumping around, all I see is your face. Now you're moving closer, no time to escape. Your hand on my shoulder shoots me into space, and I can't deny how badly I need you now.
also misery, it's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
You are still in my mind. The truth is so hard to find. With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you. Hold
attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself?
Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself?
But I just want it.
Deep inside I knew from the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. The others don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this perfect soulmate. I wanna show it my best friend. She saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh baby, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. But I just want it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself?
I just want
Okay.
it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself?
Oh baby.
my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. Whoa, I need you to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive. I need you to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive. And this can be the end. I won't just settle for being your friend. Our broken bond is not too late to mend. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. She said, boy, I want you to walk right, so I can give you one more chance. You're only living in your damn head. Without you by my side, I can't survive. I need you to survive.
I need an angel to save me from myself, holding my savior. Keep my heart upon the shelf. Do you remember the things we said, the things we felt? Call me forever, for every passing moment left. I need an angel to save me from my fate. I need an angel to light the sky along the way.
chances really. They've had a lot of the ball and they've looked good. There's been moments where they've looked magnificent, especially that chance that Benzema set up for Cristiano Ronaldo. But besides that, you can't really think of too many times that Guaita's been called into action other than coming off his line to punch away a cross. And I think sometimes when Real Madrid suffer is when they haven't got the likes of Isco or Modric on the pitch. We mentioned it earlier, they're using the flanks. They haven't got that skillful midfielder to go through the middle, and I think that's why Marcos Asensio is going to be so important in this game. We saw that brilliant run from him earlier. He's the man that's got to pick up the ball. And if you remember, Simon, you and I were commentating Real Madrid against Levante earlier on in the season, and it was Toni Kroos and Marcos Llorente playing in midfield, and we said time and time again they're missing a spark in midfield. And in the second half, Isco came on and it was a different story. Real Madrid actually ended up drawing that game. It was one of their poor results at home. They drew 1-1 against Levante, but they certainly improved when Isco came on. They certainly had more creativity. And today, once again, we're seeing that lineup with Toni Kroos alongside Marcos Llorente, and I fear that maybe they lack some kind of spark.
Well, we've certainly seen, Duncan, so far any number of long balls looking for Ronaldo, looking for Benzema from more or less the halfway line or even deeper, and they're kind of just leapfrogging over the quality of players like Basket Asensio and that's quite easy to defend really for Getafe. It's much more complicated when the ball's on the ground and at the feet of someone like Asensio. As you said, here's Ronaldo finding himself outnumbered there. It's picked up by Amath and managing to find Molina in an onside position. It did take a deflection off the defender. Neat turn from him. First touch from Portillo practically since coming on. In the end, the danger cleared. But again, Getafe showing a quick transition there from defence to attack. It's a throw in to the Blues. It's going to be taken by Damian Suarez. Molina holding it up as he does so well. Suarez again. Portillo trying to get away from Llorente. Here's Damian Suarez. Does well to find Amath. And absolutely nobody there. Throw into Real Madrid.
Well, it's excellent pressure once again from Real Madrid, making life very difficult for Getafe. Getafe are working hard and pressing hard, but something that's improved so much in Real Madrid's game under Zidane. They do also work extremely hard. You see players helping out in defence. The pressure is so high.
You can see perfectly illustrated the work done in attack by Getafe. It's kept in play there by Amath and Dia. Gives it away to Marcelo, a little bit easy there. Toni Kroos flicking it on, and that's a poor one. It's picked up by Fakir, back to Antunes. This is Bergara. Portillo, Antunes. Michael Bergara once again. It's a decent possession. In the end, given away cheaply. Picked up by Kroos. Here's Asensio, first time back to the German, who's just pulled off the ball. The referee spots it and gives a free kick. Kroos, I think, asking for a slightly harsher punishment. He was just in his own half. I think the referee got it spot on there. It's
one of those really frustrating ones for the attacking player as well, because you feel like you're building a move. It's almost a counter-attack on the way, and you just get tugged back, and it's all it is a free kick, but it's a professional foul and probably should have been a yellow card.
Played through the middle by Llorente. Lucas trying to get beyond Antunes, and he wins another corner for Real Madrid.
Another solid centre-back, Antunes, the Portuguese. Very, very good footballer. In fact, with Damian Suarez and Antunes,
plenty of experience.
Plenty of experience, and very difficult to get beyond. They're both tenacious players, aren't they? They're both the kind of players that will stand in front of you and say, there's absolutely no way you're getting past me.
Toni Kroos with the corner. And Ronaldo was up for it. They failed to get it away. Basquet's shot's blocked. Falls to Toni Kroos. Lucas with the cross, and Vicente Guaita smothering that one, and delighted to do so under pressure from Karim Benzema. Complains about a knock on the head.
Look at this from Asensio.
Yeah,
lovely clip pass. Very intelligent run, it has to be said, by Lucas Vázquez, who completely lost his marker. Aaron Barry, who should have been tracking him better, and he did well. Benzema actually got the back flick on the ball, and it could so easily have been a glorious goal for Real Madrid.
And again, one of those moves that seemed to just come out of nothing, didn't it? Really excellent work. In the end, Whiter able just to do enough to block the potential threat. Here he is with the ball at his feet. 28.5 minutes on the clock. It's Getafe 0, Real Madrid 0 in the Alfonso Pérez Coliseum. Molina under that. So too was the youngster Achraf Hakimi. Just got enough of a touch to it. Ramos quickly playing it out to Marcelo. Marcelo looking for Benzema. He got part of his head onto it. It's cleared quickly by Cala. Picked up straight away by Llorente. Here's Achraf. Llorente once more. And Ramos picking out Toni Kroos. Kroos looking for Lucas. Lovely control from Lucas Vázquez. Being absolutely harried by Antunes, shadowing the young Madrid striker, bringing him down. Free kick, and Vázquez counting off, as his players want these days, the number of fouls he's received. The referee unmoved. Free kick and nothing else for Real Madrid.
Quite clearly a free kick. He did well, Vázquez. He knew that foul was coming. He knew he was winding up Antunes, and eventually it did, and he's got his side a free kick. Toni Kroos standing over it.
As the half hour is about to come up, Kroos having a good look at his options. Those options include Benzema and Ramos right in the centre on the edge of the box. Driven in, and Ronaldo goes down. Ramos rather goes down. Appeals to the referee, referee Martínez Munuera, not impressed, and telling the Real Madrid captain exactly that. Let's have a look again. Ramos there with the 4, next to him Juan Cala with the 16, and I think really it's foul by Ramos, if anything there, Duncan.
I think you're right. I think you and the referee are right. You can see that Cala's got a big chunk of his shirt, but it's Ramos who initiates it, putting his hands on the defender's back, and in the end it's a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other probably, but you certainly can't give a penalty for that.
Floated in towards Amath, doing very well there, Nacho. It's picked up though quickly by Molina, who lost out. Marcelo doesn't think twice and looks for Ronaldo. Seemed to have floated in an offside position. Didn't get a touch on the ball anyway, because Juan Cala was there to clear up the mess. Nacho. Lucas, lovely turn from Lucas Vázquez there. He got a foul, the referee said play on. He finds Ronaldo on the edge of the box with a shot. No major problems for Vicente Whiter. That was quite a comfortable one. He'll be happy if that's the extent of the attacking threat from Cristiano Ronaldo this afternoon.
Yeah, you can tell Ronaldo's desperate to open his account for the season. That one would have been very difficult to score from there. The angle wasn't great.
There wasn't much of an angle, but he struck it nicely. Only problem for him, it was straight down the throat of Vicente Whiter. Here's Amath. Good defending again. On that occasion, it was Ramos. Here's Marcelo trying to take on too many. Amath's cross! And it's brilliantly defended again by Nacho. Got inside the veteran striker Jorge Molina, gives the first corner away to Getafe, and that's all Marcelo really being a little bit blocked there by the 2 men in blue, trying a bit of fancy footwork. It didn't come off, and Nacho forced to make that acrobatic clearance, and that's got the fans on their feet. But Bordelas knows set pieces are going to be an opportunity for Getafe. What can they do here? Driven into the penalty spot. Just a bit too firm, perhaps. Antunes keeping the ball in play. Good work there from Genet, but it's straight down into the chest of Kiko Casilla, who clears it quickly. Trouble here. for Juancala. Aramburi gets a yellow card.
Yeah,
and
no
it's
question.
the first yellow card of the game, and thoroughly deserved, Duncan.
Completely, yeah. Professional foul. Counter-attack for Real Madrid. Asensio was in full flow and he comes across and wipes him out. Absolutely no question about that one. It's one of those where he's taken one for the team. Aramburi had to do it.
Yeah, no way Borderlass is going to criticise him.
Not a chance.
But I'd like to say, very quick thinking from Gigo Casilla, releasing Asensio there the moment he got the ball in his control.
Yeah, not just quick thinking. I think it was a really good way of getting the ball out. He rolled it underarm, so it was easy one to control, and it made it easier for Real Madrid to start that counter-attack.
Asensio returning the ball to Ronaldo. He's looking for a shot. The chance didn't quite come. He gets another one. Down he goes. The referee clearly saying no. Llorente. Here's Asensio. Ronaldo's back on his feet.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of those where we'll watch it back and it was quite a clear dive from Cristiano Ronaldo. I think there probably was a bit of contact, but we could see from here that there was a bit of theatrics that went into throwing himself to the ground, and the referee certainly wasn't fooled by it.
Lucas Vázquez on the ball, battling there and winning a free kick. And some of the home fans feeling it could have gone the other way, but it seemed quite clear that Fekir was the guilty party. Certainly watching it live. Here's Asensio over the top towards Benzema, and Cala was there, and he needed to be. He puts the ball into touch for a throw-in. Good minutes of pressure here from Real Madrid, responding well to the previous 3 or 4 minutes of pressure from Getafe.
He was really clever as well, that ball over the top, that little scoop from Asensio. He saw that Gigo had just slipped. He lost his footing, so it was Benzema against one centre-back. Unfortunately for Benzema, he couldn't get on the end of it.
Damian Suarez intercepting the attempted ball from Asensio towards Lucas, who's made an intelligent run. Ramos doing well to find Nacho. Here's Llorente. Lucas bundled off the ball by Juancala, who's penalised. Free kick to Real Madrid. There's the challenge. Turns into the Madrid number 17 a bit there perhaps, but the referee saw it clearly and gave the free kick to Madrid. Here's Marcelo. Cruz to Asensio, lays it off first time to Llorente. Ronaldo, lovely flick to Benzema. Benzema shot from the edge of the box, and that was a stunning transition from Real Madrid. It all started with that pass to Ronaldo. Lovely flick to Benzema. Had a bit of a space, had to make half a turn, and with his left foot couldn't quite keep it down. He's won a corner though, which Toni Kroos goes across to take.
Yeah, Asensio was quick to point towards the corner. He was close by and saw that the ball had taken a deflection. Would have been a stunning goal. Real Madrid have created 2 or 3 opportunities that would have or could have turned into spectacular strikes, spectacular goals.
Absolutely correct, but with the exception of that Ronaldo half volley set up by Benzema early on, brilliantly saved by White, and White hasn't had to pull too many saves off. Not hitting the target, Madrid, although Marcelo having a go there. The rebound falling to Akraf, who's forced back and I think quite maturely tucks the ball back to his keeper Gigo Casilla, who picks out Marcelo. Now Asensio, playing with sublime confidence. Asensio just overdid it there a bit, but he does win a throw-in. 8 minutes to go until half-time. We're assuming some time will be added before the whistle blows because of that series of stoppages involving Álvaro Jiménez. Here's Nacho. Toni Kroos. Kroos gets a second opportunity. It rebounds to Marcelo. There's Gigo waiting. Gets away from Benzema. Flicked on straight away. Oof. And one back by Marcelo. Bergara losing out there. Here's Lucas Vázquez. Shot blocked by Cala. Now Llorente. Kroos. Vázquez. Still Lucas Vázquez. Llorente. Asensio, Marcelo in the box, Marcelo. Well defended by Gigo, it's taken off him by Amath. And again, brilliantly defended by Nacho, who's penalised and not happy with it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I thought he did very well there, Nacho. He was intelligent from him, he read it perfectly. I thought he got his toe to the ball and nicked it away from the Getafe forwards.
Portillo giving instructions there. 9 fouls committed by the home side, 2 by Real Madrid, one of them that one by Nacho, which I'm not too convinced by. That's the kind of intensity Bordelas will have demanded of his players going into this game, however. Just the 1 yellow card so far. There's a chance for Benzema, gets into the box, Benzema makes it 1-0 for Real Madrid. Karim Benzema back from injury, look at the delight on his face. 6 minutes before half-time, Real Madrid break the deadlock.
And that is why you can't make mistakes against this Real Madrid side. Bordelas said it before the game, the players said it before the game, any mistake will get punished. They've got a free kick here, and it's a terrible free kick that they give away. The ball's then won back eventually by Real Madrid. There's a sliding challenge where they get a bit unlucky there, to be honest. This sliding challenge presents the ball to Karim Benzema, but moments before that it was a Getafe wasted free kick that led to this, and Benzema does brilliantly to nick the ball in front of him. Looks for a teammate, sees that his best option is to shoot, and he buries it into the corner. Yeah,
absolutely brilliantly pointed out there. The fact that he looks up to see Ronaldo there, realises I'm in the best position, and decides to take it on himself and finishes it off beautifully. But really telling the way he looks up there, because he had the chance to shoot anyway. He just wanted to make sure that his was the best option before actually taking it. 1-0 to Real Madrid. Bordelas will be very, very disappointed with what you pointed out, Duncan, was a terribly wasteful free kick, offering on a plate the opportunity to Real Madrid. It's brilliantly finished, but it came out of nowhere. And now can Damian Suarez make up for that? Still battling, going down on the edge of the box. The referee absolutely clear with that. No way am I giving you a foul for that.
I think he's right as well.
It's been a good performance, I think, by Martinez Munuera in this first half. Llorente stayed down for Real Madrid, and now play has stopped while he receives treatment.
I think it was Suarez was just bulldozing his way through that Real Madrid defence, and in the end he just takes out Marcos Llorente. You can see he just clatters into him and
just catches the ankle there as he goes down, doesn't he?
Yeah, let's hope it's nothing serious. Actually, I think it's that kick, isn't it, with the studs in the back of his leg, which hopefully is just a cut, which won't stop him from playing on. You can see in the back of his knee, which is a very nasty area to get a cut, because you sweat there, don't you? And you can really feel that. But he should be, it's not a muscle injury, he should be absolutely fine to continue.
We saw the thumb up from the medical staff. It's Nacho who puts the initial pressure on Damian, who lost control completely of the ball there, hadn't he?
It's a bit like driving your bulldozer into a wall and then claiming it wasn't your fault. I mean, he is just bulldozing his way through that defence.
Well, he decided to go down or lost his balance, and unfortunately there for Llorente went down into him. You can see how it's stinging him as he limps off the pitch, but the sign from the member of the medical staff of Real Madrid was absolutely clear. The thumbs up, he's going to continue. Just need to get a bit of sticking plaster on that one. There he is, back on the pitch. Meanwhile, the time has ticked on to 42 minutes. Real Madrid with their noses in front thanks to Karim Benzema. So far it's been a magnificent performance from Benzema, both on the ball and, as usual, off it as well.
Yeah, and I think the way you were talking about that goal, Simon, the way we both sort of suggested that he looked up, made sure that that was the best option before going for it, that just sums up what he is. He's not an out-and-out number 9. You know, you put Luis Suarez in that position, you put Ruud van Nistelrooy in that position, and they've only got eyes for goal. I would say they wouldn't even look up. All they're thinking is, where's the goal, where's the goalkeeper, how can I score from here? Benzema's looking up thinking, where's my teammate, who's the best option, where's what's the best thing to do? And on that occasion it was to shoot, and he scored, but he's not an out-and-out goal scorer.
And he's the man who's just given away this free kick with the challenge there on Portillo, showing that he's got a defensive role too. The whistle's gone. There was an off-the-ball incident. Marcelo went down. Free kick given in favour of Real Madrid on the edge of the box. There's Amath and Dia, and what we were talking about, Duncan, the fact that he is roaming all the way across the midfield, really. No specific position on the pitch, but going from the left to the right and the centre, covering a lot of ground. And although we can see him there on the right of midfield, proving to be an important partner to Jorge Molina.
Yeah, I mean that heat map was ridiculous, really. It was like a bit like a 2-year-old had been given a crayon. It was just scribbled all over. He'd been absolutely everywhere, hadn't he?
It's picked up there beautifully by Asensio. Lovely ball in. Cruz forced back, supported now by Llorente. Toni Kroos and his Nacho. Akraf to Lucas, who's bundled off the ball, wins the free kick. Yet another one, and I've lost count of the number of free kicks. Lucas Basket, there's one on the right, given away by Antunes. The referee's going to have words, I think, at some stage. 67% of the possession in this first half to Real Madrid. No major surprises there, really, are there?
No, there's not. And they've all performed well. They have looked good, Real Madrid. They haven't, as we've mentioned a couple of times, created too many clear-cut goal-scoring chances. Guaita hasn't been forced into too many saves, but they have looked good. They've passed the ball around very, very nicely. I think Llorente's looked very tidy in possession in midfield alongside Cruz, and this man's put in a real shift.
He has. Lucas trying to set Ronaldo through there, quickly across Genet to block him. Ronaldo ends up going down. Throw into Real Madrid. 45 minutes are up. I suspect they're going to add, oh well, they are, 2 minutes. Here's Asensio looking so composed. Good ball in as well, and Genet just blocking the progress of Karim Benzema there. White was quickly off his line. There's a chase for Jorge Molina. He's never going to make that. Here's a look at that goal. It was unfortunate, the touch, which came from Faisal Fahir. That goes down as an assist.
Yeah, he's unfortunate. And Kala can't quite get across. It's a brilliant little flick that from Karim Benzema. Just knocks the ball away from the defender, but puts it perfectly into his own path as well. The weight on that little flick is ideal. Absolutely perfect. And it's a great finish as well.
Well, Zinedine Zidane delighted with that one as well. He might be, because despite the fact that Madrid are playing with a certain amount of composure and dominating possession and looking good, as we've pointed out, they haven't had too many chances. So to finish that one off, Karim Benzema, on his first game back after a longish breakthrough injury. Very good news indeed for Zinedine Zidane. And I think we have to remember, when we look at the rather disappointing position Real Madrid are in the Liga table, 7 games in, this being the 8th, the fact that we haven't seen the BBC together so far this season. We hadn't seen Ronaldo and Benzema together until this game, until, as we both pointed out, the Champions League final last season. So there have been problems for Zinedine Zidane in terms of having his best players fit. If that changes, if the fitness improves, Real Madrid are going to get stronger and stronger. And referee Martinez Munuera blows the half-time whistle. It's 1-0 to Real Madrid in the Alfonso Pérez Coliseum, and they deserve their lead, Duncan McMath.
Yeah, they do. They've played some really
let's be friends. You only need what's best for you and not them. Don't pretend. Now I don't wanna lose sleep.
When they managed to get a 2-1 win here in the Coliseum against Madrid, that was the last time they got anything positive from a clash with their bigger, mightier, stronger neighbours. And on the evidence of the first half, it's a big ask for Bordelas's side. They've played a decent first half, well organised at the back, except for that momentary lapse. I haven't been able to create too much up front. However, we'll just run quickly through the sides before the second half kicks off. Whiter in goal for the Blues, Suarez, Gené, Kala and Antunes at the back, in Ndiaye, Amaf, Faisal Fahir, Marco Begara and Alan Barrio in midfield, with Portillo playing tucked in behind Jorge Molina. Portillo coming on early in the first half to replace the injured Álvaro Jiménez. For Madrid, it's Kiko Casilla in goal, Achraf, Nacho, Ramos and Marcelo at the back, Lucas Vázquez, Marcos Llorente, Toni Kroos, Marco Asensio playing in behind, Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema. And Duncan McMath, as we were saying, first time Benzema and Ronaldo have played together since the final of the Champions League in Cardiff last season.
Yeah, great to have them back together, isn't it?
Damian making the run in. It's a good challenge from Nacho. It should be a goal kick. It appeared to come off the Uruguayan right back, who's made an instant impact on this second half. And we're going to have to see players like Damian trying to get up front a little bit more, because Getafe really, Duncan, haven't created too much, have they?
No, they absolutely haven't. And then they need to put crosses into the box for Jorge Molina. He's very good in the air. He's a big, strong striker. In order to do that, certainly Suarez and Antunes on the left need to be pushing forward, getting those crosses into the box. But you mentioned Ronaldo and Benzema before. They linked up brilliantly in the first half on 2 or 3 occasions. They didn't actually link up for the goal. That was all Karim Benzema.
Antunes with the cross. It's overhit. No problems there for Kiko Casilla. It'll be a goal kick. Linked up well there though, Antunes with Portillo, and we can see warming up for Getafe amongst others Angel Rodriguez, the centre forwards, born in Tenerife, who's spent a bit of time at Real Madrid Castilla, the reserve side, before moving to Elche, then Eibar, journeyman professional, now at Getafe. It was Chuli as well, I think, who was warming up, as Bordelas looks to try and shake things up a bit for Zinedine Zidane. Well, so far, no major problems. Achraf looking there for Llorente. Llorente having to get back and take it off Molina. Wasn't the greatest ball from the young Moroccan right back. Here he is again, plenty of confidence on the ball. He does well there to combine with Lucas. Ball just got away from him a little bit, and in the end that one bouncing off the knee of Lucas Vázquez for a Getafe throw.
He's looked good, Achraf, and it's something you said in the first half, Simon, that he screams for the ball, doesn't he? When he's in space, he absolutely screams for it. He's desperate to be on the ball, and that's impressive for any youngster coming into a Real Madrid side. Yellow card for Toni Kroos. It's impressive to want to be on the ball. Sometimes when you're a youngster and you come into a big team like Real Madrid, you just want to do your job well. You want to be there, you don't want to lose the ball, but you don't necessarily want to do anything spectacular. But he's certainly someone who's come into the side with, as you said, loads of confidence.
Yellow card there for Toni Kroos, as you said, Duncan, from that challenge on Mauro Arambarri. As Getafe seek to take a little bit of the initiative here. Michael Begara winning that free kick. Dangerous play, just clipped on the head there by Llorente, I mean, it's dangerous play, really, by Bergana himself, getting his head down.
I was going to say, it's always a difficult one, isn't it? Because if he'd have gone with his foot, Llorente would have won the ball, and it was Bergana's decision. It's not exactly like it was a karate kick head height from Llorente, but even so, yeah, once you put your head at that sort of height, then you're almost guaranteed to get a free kick.
That's it, and hence the reason for no yellow card. The referee reading that one well. Another chance, perhaps, for Getafe from a set piece, and Túnez with the cross, headed clear by Sergio Ramos. Fell nicely for Cruz. Marcelo, first time. Lucas is going to chase that. He's got a lot of pace. Did very well indeed to put pressure on the defender, Juan Cala, and wins the throw-in for Madrid, which he wants to get taken quickly. Ronaldo taking it, looking for Benzema, and Damian Suarez was quick to read the danger.
Very good from Damian Suarez, as you say. Read it beautifully. Read the bounce as well. Everything about that. Did very, very well.
Ronaldo on the ball for Real Madrid. Lays it off to Achraf. Oh, lovely turn. Is he pulled down? Yes, he is. Wins a free kick just outside the Getafe area. Nice to see Ronaldo having no doubts about laying that one off to the youngster. Just pulled back there by, I was going to say Juan Cala, I think it was Cala, just outside the area. Danger here for the goal defended by that man, Vicente Whiter. Asensio, Cruz and Ronaldo standing over the ball. Looks like Ronaldo might not fancy this one. 3 men in the wall, Fahir and Gené, two of them. Ronaldo leaving it for Cruz, I believe. Also Portillo. Asensio having words with Cruz. May well be Asensio who fancies his chance here with a left footer. It's going to be Cruz chipping it into the far post. A little bit high for Ramos. He got his head to it. Headed just about clear in the end. Damian was with the last touch, and Marcelo trying to blast one, just getting underneath it and ballooning it over the bar.
It's a shame because that was nearly brilliant from Marcelo. Look what he has to do with this control to get the ball into a position where he can shoot it. He almost chests it up for himself, but then ended up, as you say, ballooning it over the top of the crossbar. But it was a superb piece of chest control from Marcelo.
Whiter with the resulting goal kick, floating it high, vaguely towards Molina. Typical target man. Good work from the young Argentinian Alan Barry there. Couldn't quite control the pass, though. It'll be a throw-in which Marcelo will take for Real Madrid. As Zinedine Zidane looks on, can he get his 13th consecutive away win with the Whites? They are looking very strong.
His 100th game in charge, by the way. Zinedine Zidane, 99 games before today. This is his 100th. Before today, he'd won 76 of those 99 games and 2 Champions League titles.
Good attempt there from Benzema. Whether he was looking for Ronaldo on the far post or trying to cheekily chip and fool Vicente Whiter, we'll never know. But once again, quick to make that transition. Real Madrid from a throw-in deep in their own half. 2 or 3 touches later, and there's a chance on goal. But certainly, I think it's fair to say Getafe have come out with a different attitude after the break. Here's Túnez. Molina laying it off towards Portillo. It fell nicely for him, but Marcelo doing a little bit of magic there to link up with Asensio. Here's Benzema. Marcelo once more. Asensio. Ronaldo making a run. He's surely offside. Here's Benzema. Marcelo following through. It falls to Ronaldo. Whiter blocks his way. Lucas Basquet can't get away from Túnez. Marcelo again. And I think that's tipped over the bar by Vicente Whiter, in which case it's a magnificent save.
Very good save. Pure reflexes from Whiter.
There's Benzema cutting it back. It got a touch. Ronaldo, I don't know if he even touched the ball there. Túnez agonisingly for him, couldn't get the ball away, and that's an excellent one-handed save from Vicente Whiter.
Yeah, because it was a really good effort from Marcelo. Didn't blast it, just tried to clip it into the top corner.
I believe it's corner number 9 for Real Madrid. No, it's not. Number 7. I'll have to learn not to exaggerate. Can Getafe make a quick break? It falls now for Amaf. He's got options. Portillo calling for it, but standing there waiting was Llorente, who heads clear, and Bergana penalised for the challenge on Sergio Ramos, who, as usual, just has a look on his face as though, how dare you foul me? It's a 50-50 ball, really. They both had the foot raised. Ramos clearly coming off the worst. Amath Ndiaye, the man who made the challenge, as balls alas speaks to his number 2. There's Nacho. Looking for Akhlaf. Just held the small of his back there. Taking a knock there too was Marcos Llorente. Here's Marcelo. Asensio. So quick to turn and drive forward, Asensio. There was no way through though. The ball back in the control of Marcelo. He's forced backwards too. There's Nacho on the ball. Ronaldo out to Akhlaf, who misplaces the pass. Neat turn from Molina. Now Portillo following through Bergara. Options on the right. In comes the cross, and it's in the back of the net by Molina, and Getafe are back into it, and the veteran striker strikes again. It's a fantastic counter-attack, a little bit of fortune as the cross came into the far post, but once Molina got on the end of it, you knew the ball was going to end up in the back of the net. 1-1, and the Alfonso Pérez Coliseum erupts, as well it might.
As well it might. Completely against the run of play. Getafe's first real moment of danger in the entire match, and they've managed to put it into the back of the net, and it's that man, their captain, Jorge Molina, who I think gets the final touch. Is he offside, isn't he?
I think he may just have been offside. The ball took a deflection off Ramos, and it's his desire more than anything. The cross is a good one.
I'm not even sure it's not Nacho, you know, that puts the ball in the back of the net.
Maybe right. I don't even know if Molina gets on the end of it. Well spotted there, agonisingly beyond the reach of Casilla. Full credit to Faisal Fahir for the cross, and Portillo, whose vision was brilliant as he picked that one up in the centre of midfield to play the ball out to the right. The cross came in, and as the defenders sped back, well, there was no control for them. The ball ends up in the back of the net, and it's a different looking Getafe in this second half, still driving forward, and Portillo on the ball now, playing an important part. Oh, he gets away from Akhlaf. Can he make the cross pay? Cutting it back to Amath. Well defended there by Toni Kroos. Madrid struggling, Duncan.
Yeah, they are. They really are. And, you know, we've said Jorge Molina probably doesn't get a touch on the ball. I don't think he does. I think it's a deflection followed by a second deflection of either Llorente or Nacho as they go sliding in. But take nothing away from Jorge Molina. It's his intelligent run that causes problems for Real Madrid. It's his strength that causes the sliding Real Madrid players to deflect the ball into the back of the net. It's brilliant positioning from the striker. He's exactly where he has to be. And it's thanks to him that Getafe have scored, thanks to him and Faja.
Well, it's Molina who plays the ball to Portillo in the first place. He might not be the fastest on his feet at this stage in his career, but he made sure he got to the place that he had to be, which was the far post. And as you say, probably just about did enough to force the Madrid defenders to get a touch on the ball and end up beating Kiko Casilla with what we're calling an own goal from Nacho. Free kick as Molina goes down. The referee's hand in his pocket for a yellow card, and Nacho is the second Real Madrid player to go into the referee's book.
Well, I tell you what, just purely from fouls and yellow cards alone, you can see how different this second half is. In the first half, I think Real Madrid committed 2 fouls in the entire 45 minutes, one of which was probably not even a foul, I don't think. In this second half, they've already picked up 2 yellow cards. They're really struggling to defend this Getafe side, who've come out of the traps much quicker, much braver, taking on Real Madrid, looking to get the ball into the Real Madrid half, looking to get the ball into the Real Madrid area. Much, much better.
Now, Ronaldo felt that crunching challenge from Callo. He got the return, can't control it, hoiked away by Antunes. full credit I think we have to give here, Duncan, to Paco Bordalas for his half-time pep talk, because he's done something, although there's a long way to go and it's still a big ask for Getafe. It's picked up by Jenny. And is that another free kick? No, it's not. The referee and linesman giving a throw in to Madrid, which Sergio Ramos is quick to take. The Getafe fans and players, led by captain Molina, absolutely furious with that decision.
Yeah, and the linesman was very, very close to it. I think that was an example where if it is a foul, it's the linesman that has to give it, and he kept his flag down. I felt like Jorge Molina outfoxed Sergio Ramos there. I felt like he got the better of him and he was tugged back by the Real Madrid captain, but to be honest, from here we didn't have the best view.
Lovely back healer to Benzema from Ronaldo. Benzema quickly out to Achraf. Here's Ronaldo, the young Moroccan once again. Lucas Vázquez pointing out where he wants it, but he finds himself outnumbered. Janet, however, gives it away to Achraf. Achraf can't quite control it. Ends up going down, losing control of the ball, and it's a goal kick to Getafe. Achraf stays down, grasping that left shin.
Yeah, it's a clumsy challenge on Achraf here. It's Aaron Barry who goes sliding in. He doesn't make any contact with the ball. There's not too much contact, in fairness, with the player. And well, this is the one that no one can understand. Bordalas feels that Jorge Molina was shoved. Jorge Molina felt that he was tugged to the ground by Sergio Ramos. Having seen the replay, I think they've both probably got a point.
Headed away by Nacho. Lucas under it, so too is Barry, and he's brought down. Free kick to Getafe. And all of a sudden, with 60 minutes on the clock, it's looking very, very complicated for Madrid. There's the first-time cross. Molina offside. Does it matter? Does he touch it? He's interfering with play, you'd have to say that.
He's, without a doubt, he's interfering with play, yeah, so it should have been an offside decision, but it's one of those that's so close.
Amath winning another corner for Getafe. Lucas with the final touch. I mean, we always say, don't we, if you're going to get anything against a side like Real Madrid, you need the gods of football to be on your side. But I think seeing that replay once again, we spotted it, didn't we, the first time the goal was re-shown. It did appear that Molina was a good half a pace offside, and I think that final replay there is just absolutely guaranteed that that was the case. A little bit of fortune for Getafe. The corner taken short, driven in and cleared there by Benzema. Only as far as Portillo. Portillo putting the ball back in towards the edge of the box. Molina was under it. It's fallen to Asensio. How Madrid need his pace and vision in this second half. It's a free kick to the Whites.
I think it's a free kick for the foul by Amath on Asensio. The referee let play go on for a minute. No advantage came for Asensio, and he ended up giving the free kick. Amath is very much an all or nothing kind of player. He went 100% committed into that challenge, foot very, very high. Could have been a nasty one. In the end, he didn't actually properly catch Asensio, but it was a free kick.
Good advantage played by the referee. I have to say, Duncan, so far this season, I've been impressed by the referees in La Liga Santander. We haven't always been able to say that, but especially in terms of their understanding of playing the advantage. I've been really impressed so far by all the referees I think we've seen on La Liga TV.
I think it's something that's improved in Europe generally. I think it's something that UEFA have helped to improve. Certainly you see in international competitions as well that referees generally will allow play to go on as much as they possibly can, play advantage wherever possible. There's nothing more frustrating as a fan watching a game that's constantly been stopped.
Yeah, quite right. Always thinking about the fans. That's a positive. Here's Amath. Puts the cross into the far post, and Achraf there having no option but to put the ball over for yet another Getafe corner. And Real Madrid on the back foot, and you don't get to say that too often, but they are struggling this season with, in quotes, the lesser sides. They got a draw against Levante in the Bernabeu. They were beaten by Betis in the Bernabeu, although all the Betis fans out there will be saying, well, Betis isn't a lesser side. Come on, they're sitting in 6th place in the table. But they conceded a draw as well to Valencia, and at the moment, with 63 minutes on the clock in the Alfonso Pérez Coliseum, it's 1-1. The corner driven in low to the near post. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, they haven't dropped a point away from home, of course, yet this season. They've looked very good on the road, Real Madrid. And at the moment, there's a real danger of doing so, and it could be a real disaster for them. They need to win here. It's so early in the season to be talking about must-win games for Real Madrid. But they're already 7 points adrift of Football Club Barcelona, and if they don't win this game and they don't go to within 4 points, especially on a day like today when Barca have to go to Atletico Madrid, to the Metropolitano, which is not an easy place to go. It could well end up in defeat. Psychologically, it's such an important game for Real Madrid to win.
Well, time for the big names to step up. We've seen Isco warming up on the sidelines for Madrid. Here's Ronaldo. Again, 3 men on him. He can only play the ball sideways and backwards. He picks up Marcelo, however. Falls to Toni Kroos. Lovely play there by...
Germany international, and what a great opportunity here for Cristiano Ronaldo to open his account.
I think Ramos, with a smile on his face, asking Ronaldo if he fancied taking it or leaving it for the captain. It's clearly going to be Ronaldo, although Asensio is on fine form, and we've seen him score from this kind of position, but I think the look on Ronaldo's face means it's going to be him. Key moments, perhaps. 65.5 minutes on the clock. Ronaldo has to get it over or round the wall and beyond the reach of Vicente Whiter. There's the whistle. Cristiano Ronaldo! I'm not sure it didn't take a deflection off somebody. If it didn't, it certainly seemed to swerve massively in the air. Let's have a look at the repeat. No, straight off target from Ronaldo. He's a man who's... His body language, Duncan, doesn't show me a player at full confidence at the moment.
Well, he's a man who's all about the goals, and he's not scoring them so far in La Liga. He's seen that Leo Messi has taken a huge advantage in what is their personal battle in top scorer in this division. And of course, he's not happy.
Well, Mehdi Lassen is going to be the next change made by Bordelas, presumably to shore up the defence. He's a physical, experienced physical midfielder, and Bordelas obviously thinking about, well, just closing things down a little bit. He's coming on to replace Amath and Dia, and that is a defensive change, because Amath's been very direct whenever he's had the ball at his feet. He's run himself into the ground, basically.
I think so, yeah.
But I think Mehdi Lassen will just bring a little bit of, I don't know if composure is the correct word, a little bit of strength to midfield.
I agree completely. He'll bring strength, and he'll bring a bit of order. As you say, he's an experienced player, experienced on the international scene as well, representing Algeria. He'll play through the middle. Be interesting to see whether Faisal Faja now moves out to the wing, which I think is a good position for him. He's very dangerous.
Another corner won by Jorge Molina for Getafe. It's almost like the mirror image of the first half, but Getafe enjoying most of the ball and most of the territorial possession or advantage anyway.
Very much so, and the corner count clicking up in the Getafe corner now as it was in the Madrid corner in the first half.
Vitorino Antunes to take the corner. 67, nearly 68 minutes on the clock. Getafe 1, Real Madrid 1. Corner driven in, hoiked away by Karim Benzema, and that near post is winning absolutely everything that comes in from the corner flag in this second half. Once again demonstrating his value to the team and how much they've missed him. Vicente Whiter sending it long and high and deep into the Madrid half, where Molina battling with Marcelo, wins a throw-in. Marcelo wins a throw-in. The home fans disagree. Ramos spreading that one wide to the right. It's flicked on by Achaf. And play on, says the referee. No, he's given a free kick in favour of Real Madrid. Lucas Vázquez complaining about a knock on the back of the neck. Again, trying to play advantage there, the referee. Cruz to Achraf. There's Lucas. Again surrounded and gives the ball away for a throw-in. The pressing from Getafe earning the applause of the manager Bordalas there, and quite right too. Antunes to take the throw. Beautifully poised this game now as he could go just about into the last 20 minutes. Molina struggling to hold on to it. Ramos looking for Ronaldo. The head of Antunes got there first. It's headed away by Cala. Molina holding it up. Great performance from him as he turns and very nearly linked with Portillo there. Ramos was quick to observe the danger and just get across to cover it. Here's Nacho. Marcelo. Fahir very nearly blocking it. Now Asensio driving forward, has a long look up, and the cross is blocked in the end by Genet. He gets another bite at the cherry, goes down. Play on, says the referee, and Genet happily playing it out. This is Fahir. Molina, he's just absolutely in his sauce, they say, don't they? He's absolutely loving it out.
In his element, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's enjoying every second, and he's enjoying the personal battles with the Real Madrid centre-backs, with Nacho or with Sergio Ramos. Of course, he enjoyed the fact that he helped Getafe get back on level terms, and surprise, surprise, we're going to see a change from Zinedine Zidane. He won't be at all happy with the way that Real Madrid are playing in this second half. They dominated the first half. They were almost plain sailing, to be quite honest with you. But this second half has been a completely different story. They need the big players to step up, and he's going to bring on one of his most important players this season, without a shadow of a doubt, and that's Isco. Teo also coming on for Real Madrid.
Interesting to see who they'll come on in place of. Isco, maybe for Teo, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say, isn't it? Llorente may be one of the players who's taken off. I can't imagine him removing either Lucas or Asensio, because Madrid need to keep the attack up.
Yeah, I think
control of things a little bit at the moment.
They have. I think we'll see Teo coming on at left back and Marcelo pushing up into attack, which we've seen on other occasions this season. Marcelo's so important for Real Madrid in both the defensive and attacking sense, and certainly that's something that's missing at the moment, that kind of creativity, that spark in the final third, and Marcelo's definitely a player that can give that, as too is Isco. I think he'll come on for Marcos Llorente.
Well, I was completely wrong, because it's Lucas Vázquez who's taken off. I don't know if he's got a knock at all, but I thought Vázquez's performance has been pretty excellent so far. However, Zinedine Zidane feels that the man to make way for Isco is Lucas, and Marcelo is removed and replaced by Teo Hernandez. I mean,
that's the change that surprises me. I have to say, I'm not too surprised that Lucas Vázquez has come off, because I think you can throw Isco into that midfield, although I agree with you, Lucas has put in a great performance, but Marcelo's is the change, or the substitution, that does surprise me.
Well, there is a moment that the home fans are absolutely loving. Cristiano Ronaldo with a clear view of goal right on the far post. The ball is bouncing awkwardly, but you'd expect a man of Ronaldo's calibre to put that one away, and you could see his reaction there. He's distraught.
Yeah, he can't believe it, can he?
In comes the free kick. The defence failed to get it away. I mean, there's no excuse for that. Ronaldo has to finish that. OK, Whiter does really well to get across, but he misses an open goal from about a metre away.
And look at his eyes, look at his eyes. Ronaldo is already looking in the back of the net. He's taken his eyes off the ball. He's so anxious to score that he's made what is a schoolboy error, which he would never make. Cristiano Ronaldo not watching the ball onto his foot, and in the end he's put it wide.
Well, his reaction is absolutely clear. He is furious with himself, and I think he's absolutely right on this occasion. He's not going to get too many clearer chances than that, and to everybody's surprise in the Alfonso Pérez Coliseum, surprise and relief for the home fans, Ronaldo missing that. Isco with his first touch. Isco being left that one as well, as Llorente stormed forward. Teo just losing his footing a little bit there. There's Molina. He's just doing so well holding the ball up. And I agree with the fans there to complain that throw's given to Real Madrid. It appeared to come off a white, one of the players in white. The throw given by the referee to Real Madrid. It falls to Ronaldo, gets into the area, lays it off for Benzema. The flag up for offside. That one won't count.
Well, it was almost a perfect start for Teo, wasn't it? Thought he'd... Well, if I'm perfectly honest with you, I don't think he thought he'd scored at any moment. I think he knew he was offside, and there's absolutely no question about it. He's a mile offside.
Yeah, the flag up before the ball even got to his boot there. But Teo, I mean, maybe Marcelo, there's a physical aspect to that change, because Teo's been involved in 2 attacks since coming off the bench.
And don't forget, Marcelo's been out for a few weeks.
Exactly.
He's probably not 100% match fit as yet, so maybe needed that rest for the final few minutes of this game. It hasn't meant any change to the lineup though. Real Madrid continued to play with a sort of 4-4-2 formation with Ronaldo and Benzema up front. Isco will drop into that 4-man midfield. The change for Getafe has meant that they've changed their formation. They've now moved to a 4-4-2 with Aaron Barry joining Jorge Molina up front, and in front of the back four, a midfield 4 with Fajr, as we mentioned, moving from the middle out to the right hand side.
Here's Graf, lays it off for Asensio. Asensio to Isco, bit of space for Isco to make up his mind. Can't see a way through. Asensio again. These two do play off each other so brilliantly. Benzema. Asensio. Driven in by Benzema. It's blocked by Genet. And Toni Kroos gives away a free kick on the edge of the Getafe area. Mehdi Lassen, who went down and stayed down, forcing the German into committing the infraction.
Well, using all his experience here, Mehdi Lassen.
Well, that's what we talked about. That's clearly the reason for the changes. It is in fact Adam Barry, who is far less experienced than Lassen.
Yeah, anyway.
Sorry.
He probably learnt it from Lassen on the training field.
No doubt whatsoever. It's going to be Vicente White to take the free kick. He sends it deep into the Madrid half. Ramos struggling, but wins it. Helped out by Teo. Now this is Mehdi Lassen. Portillo. Portillo gets the return ball. Twisting and turning Teo, and he had various options there.
Jorge Molina was in acres of space on the corner of the box. Must have been screaming for the ball, but Portillo didn't hear him and didn't see him.
There's Asensio. Wins a free kick. Mehdi Lassen with the challenge. There's now 13 minutes plus stoppage time left. There's Kroos with Asensio.
And we're just seeing the Real Madrid 4-man midfield definitely playing a sort of 4-4-2 formation with Ronaldo and Benzema pushed up front.
This starts to get rather more serious for Zinedine Zidane's Real Madrid. I mean, we've said later on tonight the 8:45 Spanish time kickoff in the Wanda Metropolitano, Atletico Madrid-Barcelona. That's no pleasure cruise for any visiting club, but in La Liga, Atletico just can't beat Football Club Barcelona over the last few seasons, so they could extend the lead to an astonishing 9 points after playing just 8 games, unless Real Madrid are capable of pulling this one out of the bag. Time ticking away in the Alfonso Pérez. Here's Isco on the ball. If anybody can make an impact, it's him. Toni Kroos, as the fans urge the Blues on. Here's Ramos. Isco calling for the ball, wanting to be important in this game. And another successful international break with the Spanish national side. Here's Graf looking for Ronaldo. The flag was up. Túnez delighted to hear the whistle. Delighted just to see another 30 seconds or so tick away on the clock. They leave it for Vicente Whiter to take. Well, if body language and the look on his face gives a message, that's a disappointed Ronaldo. But often that's when he's at his most dangerous, Duncan, and he's still clearly got time. Although Molina taking advantage there of Nacho's slip. Can't win a corner on this occasion. It will be a goal kick. He's the kind of striker who is really tough to defend. He's just constantly in your face, isn't he, Molina?
Yeah, he's an old school number 9, isn't he? He's very traditional big man up front, although he's extremely good with his feet, but he's a big man and he's a bully in attack.
And he's just about well, he was waiting there for Adam Barry to play the ball to him. The young Uruguayan deciding to shoot himself. I think probably taking the right decision there, Duncan, because you could see the distance Kiko Casillas was off his line. If he beats the keeper and keeps it on target there, Getafe find themselves 2-1 up. Molina, in retrospect, asking for the pass, but another opportunity, another arrival to the edge of the box by the Blues.
And we saw Aaron Barry score an absolute screamer earlier on in the season, didn't we?
We did.
So we know he can score from there.
Good heading play in defence from Vicente Whiter there. Not quite sure if he was just in his box or just out. Decided to head the ball clear, and Borja Mayoral is going to be the next change to replace Karim Benzema. Excellent performance from Benzema on his return from injury, Duncan.
Very much so. In the first half especially, he was, well, the difference between the two teams in more ways than one. He was the man who really looked a level above everyone else on the playing field. Some nice little flicks, some nice little touches, some nice interplay with Cristiano Ronaldo, and that excellent goal which he made for himself, just nicked it away from the defender, set himself up and buried it into the far corner. A really good first half performance, but we've seen very little of him in this second half, it has to be said.
The man who still is on the pitch, although clear to my mind that he's not enjoying his best performance, is Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe somebody who, even for Zinedine Zidane, is difficult to substitute. The referee blocking Ramos's attempted through ball there. Luka Modric is on the bench and now can't be used because Zidane has made his 3 changes, and perhaps could have been a game for Dani Ceballos perhaps to come on and make an impact, but Zinedine Zidane has spoken, and all those players sitting this one out.
Yeah, and you know, like we said about Marcelo, Benzema's also been injured, so he's probably not quite ready for 90 minutes, and you want a player now who can go on and give everything for the last 10 minutes.
Good ball in from Isco. Achraf just not quite reading the line of flight. That'll be a goal kick. We're inside the final 10 minutes. It's still Getafe 1, Real Madrid 1. And, well, if you're going to take a point from Real Madrid, Duncan, you know you've got to suffer, and these last 10 minutes or so, Getafe are going to suffer, that's for sure.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah, they really are. Real Madrid should throw everything at them now, and it's a huge confidence boost, by the way, for, I'd say, one, Marcos Llorente, who's been left on the field of play for the full 90 minutes. That really showing that Zidane has the utmost confidence in him. And secondly, for Borja Mayoral, Real Madrid in desperate need of a victory in this game, now in desperate need of a goal. They've got 10 minutes to go. They could well be a long way short of Barca come the end of this weekend. What did we say? 9 points if they don't find this winning goal. If
they get the draw, and if they're held to this draw, and if Barcelona are able to overcome Atletico in the Metropolitano. Neither of those results are by any means written in the stars. I mean, Madrid don't need much more than a split second to score and take the win. Problems here for Mauro Arambarri. It's been impressive, the young Uruguayan. I don't think the medical staff feel he can continue. The universal signal was made there that the change has to be made. They're quite happy for him to walk slowly off the pitch, and he can do it under his own steam, which makes us think it's nothing too serious.
Let's hope not, because he's been vital for Getafe this season. Haven't seen an awful lot of him in this game. He hasn't stuck out as much as he has in other games, but As we said, he scored an absolute belter at the start of the season, and he's put in a number of very good performances. Very, very young still.
And it's Bruno Gonzalez who's going to be replacing him. More of a defensive change here. I mean, he is usually played at centre-back. I don't imagine Bordalas is thinking about making any major tactical changes at this stage. It's just to get another physical presence in front of the defence there, one would imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be backs-to-the-wall stuff for Getafe for this final. Now 6 minutes. We were talking about 10 minutes just a minute ago, and that Aaron Barry injury has soaked up a couple of vital minutes. But we were saying before, Borja Mayoral is the last throw of the dice for Zidane. That would have given him a lot of confidence.
Yellow card for Mehdi Lassen for that pullback on Llorente. Another player taking one for the team. 2 yellow cards each now. And we're just about to get to the last 5 minutes, although of course there will be plenty added on when we get to the 90. So suffering for Geta, the fans getting right behind them though. This one's fallen for Ronaldo, and there's Cristiano Ronaldo, his first goal in La Liga Santander 2017-18. It's not by any means his most effusive celebration. He's been waiting a long time for that. He's got a lot of stick from the fans today in the Alfonso Pérez, but Cristiano Ronaldo, there is only one of them, Duncan.
That is why you don't take off Cristiano Ronaldo. He's barely done a thing all game, but that is why you don't take him off. He's a man capable of changing the game at any point. What a ball over the top from Isco. It's absolutely perfect. It's exactly where Ronaldo wanted it, but he had the composure to let the ball bounce in front of him and to smash it in at the far post with what is a half volley. Brilliant vision from Ronaldo. Brilliant composure and an excellent finish, and it puts Real Madrid back in front.
And all the confidence in the world as Bruno, his first activity on the pitch since coming on is to try and body check him. He just bounces off Ronaldo, and well, that is a confident finish indeed for a player who's looked, as you said, for 85 minutes, Duncan, bereft of confidence, but he's done the business when it matters. And all of a sudden things looking pretty grim for Getafe. How things can change. Asensio lays it off, and that'll be a goal kick to Getafe. Unable to make much impact on that one, Teo Hernandez. But Real Madrid all of a sudden, having played what to their tremendous standards, Duncan, is a pretty poor second half performance. Well, they've just about done enough. Can they hold on? One suspects they probably can.
Yeah, on reflection over the 90 minutes or the 86.5 minutes, Madrid have been the better team. They were far better in the first half than Getafe have been in this second half. They created far more chances. However, like you say, Zidane, and he's never one to mince his words in the press conferences and the interviews after the game, he'll be saying they were dreadful in this second half. I'm sure of it. He'll be very pleased with their first half performance. He'll be pleased that they've managed to find that second goal. Let's see if they can hold on for all 3 points. But he'll admit that they've been poor in the second half, because they absolutely have been.
Isco winning a free kick there. I'm sure something else which will delight Zinedine Zidane is to see Cristiano Ronaldo get his name on the scorecard. Disappointment on the face of Bordalas. Nobody ever expects a team like Getafe to really have much of a chance against Real Madrid. They put up a tremendous battle, but when you get to those last 5 minutes and you've got a chance of getting a positive result, that's almost a heartbreaker for Pepe Bordalas. The first goal was a total lapse of concentration from the defence. The second one, well, Cristiano Ronaldo beating the offside trap with such ease that you have to question the way it was played by the Getafe back four.
I agree with you, and there was such a big space for Isco to put that ball into. Okay, there's few players that would have been capable of knocking that ball over the top into that exact space with that pace on the ball. It was brilliant.
Is there a chance now for Suarez? No, as he lost his balance. Bergara, I beg your pardon, just didn't make any kind of decent contact on that one. The first touch took him a little bit too wide. No problems for Kiko Casilla, but had that one been perhaps Molina instead of Bergara, maybe could have tested Kiko a little bit more inside the final 2 minutes of regulation time. The whistle goes. Free kick to Real Madrid. And there's Marco Asensio's action heat map. Attacking to the right of that, you can see how he's really bossed the left-hand side of attack there for Real Madrid.
It's not the first time this has happened this season, of course, for Getafe. It was Heartbreak Hotel against Barca as well earlier on in the season. They were drawing 1-1. They thought they were going to take at least a point off the Catalan side, becoming the first team in La Liga to take anything off them. And you remember that Paulinho header, his first goal, I think, for Football Club Barcelona. It came in the 84th minute, just 6 minutes before the end of the game. So twice in one season, twice in a few games, in fact, against the two biggest sides in the division. Heartbreak.
Yeah, well, it certainly is, because if you come away with no points or you get the two draws, it's only 2 points different, but 2 points difference at the end of the season for a side like Getafe can well be the difference between staying up and going down. So good performances here at home in the Coliseum for Bordelas's men against the giants of La Liga Santander. Seeing Ronaldo there, his first Liga goal of the season. We don't see his trademark celebration. A frustrated man who has got some of that frustration and the weight of it off his back with what was a typical and brilliant finish. How can Getafe get back into it? Molina's there waiting. Casilla punches clear well. Mehdi Lassen with the shot, not too far away. It was off his left foot. We've seen Lassen score from that kind of distance in La Liga Santander in the past. And all of a sudden, hearts in mouths for Madrid fans. He punches well clear, but there are only blue shirts there. It wasn't too far away from Lassen.
No, it's a good enough strike.
As you can see, just wide.
It's one of those where you're just waiting for the net to bulge.
Casilla does well there to get distance on the clearance, but it's too centred and there are no white shirts there at all. He takes Nacho out in the process, and Nacho, and I'm sure the rest of the Madrid players, quite happy to see him stay down for a minute or two, although he's going to have to leave the pitch to get treatment. Bordelas looking on. We're in stoppage time now. 3 minutes have been added. One of them has been played. Presumably they'll get another minute for this stoppage, and it could well be that Real Madrid finish off the game with just 10 men on the pitch, Duncan.
Could be. And that's why Zidane's up off his bench, just reorganising that Real Madrid defence, making sure there's cover for Nacho. It's Marcos Llorente, I think, who's dropped back. Yeah, it is, alongside Sergio Ramos at centre-back.
Toni Kroos on the ball. Plays it back to Casilla. Slightly dodgy one there. Referee waving play on again. Good advantage played. There's Antunes. His cross blocked nicely there by Llorente. Ronaldo. Madrid on the break here, storming forward is Achraf. He has a look up. Cross is a poor one, and Yane under no pressure whatsoever, putting that one out of touch. We're in the final minute of stoppage time there.
I've enjoyed watching Achraf again. I think he's going to be a brilliant Real Madrid player. He's very quick, skillful, wants the ball, gets into attack a lot, but his final ball has been disappointing today. 4 or 5 crosses, haven't found a teammate. It's certainly something he's going to have to work on.
Well, there he was, battling to offer support there. Support to Borja. Asensio back to Llorente. Ronaldo. Ramos. Isco won't get to that. The fans calling Geta, but I think it's going to be too late. The 93 minutes are up. I think we'll probably go to 94. Is there a chance, is there time for Getafe to make one more break? Molina does very well indeed. Good advantage played by the referee. There's Portillo, chance of shoot. It's headed out by Nacho. and in the end, Mikel Bagala's desperate-looking overhead attempt from the edge of the box goes wide of the target. There's a yellow card there.